my friends, welcome back. I hope you guys are having a great day. I know I am because I get to sit here and talk with you guys about movies. Today we're going to be talking about a movie from 1998, directed by Mimi Leder, however you say that. And it had a movie that was very similar to it come out, I believe, in the same year, where a bunch of oil rig guys jump on an asteroid and try to blow it up before it hits Earth. That's right, I'm talking about the movie Deep Impact. Okay, let's talk about comparing and contrasting. So, Armageddon came out around the same time as Deep Impact. One involved Michael Bay blowing stuff up, and you know, Liv Tyler and Aerosmith making a song, and Bruce Willis and Ben Affleck being on screen together. It just resulted in a movie that I personally enjoyed the hell out of. Armageddon. Loved it. When I was a teenager, and when I was 15 when I saw it, I was like, this is amazing. All the girls wanted that to be your song when you were dating. I don't want to miss a thing. And it's like wedding songs and all that back then. Like, it's just, the movie, it's a pop culture, like phenom. I say phenom, but it's like a pop culture icon, right? Like, everybody knows about Armageddon. But nobody ever talks about Deep Impact, which I personally feel. So, and here's the thing. I didn't see Deep Impact until just the other day, right? I've seen Armageddon probably 20 times in my life. And I've seen Deep Impact bits and pieces. Like, I've seen the ending of it once. I've seen the beginning of it once. Maybe caught a little bit of the middle at a relative's house or something. But I've never sat down and just watched Deep Impact. I watched it. I sat down and I watched it from start to finish. And guys, it is a better film than Armageddon. Let's just get that out of the way to begin with. You can agree with me, you can disagree with me. It is a better film than Armageddon. It has more soul, it has more emotional punch. Yeah, sure. Bruce Willis sacrificing himself and Liv Tyler giving us a crying clinic. You know, sure, that's emotional. But this has, this is realistic. You know, and I say realistic because, it's science fiction. It was realistic in the fact that the human element was genuine and sincere. Okay? Armageddon, of course, we get these roughneck oil riggers, and they go out and they, you know, drill a hole, and they're hard asses, and they're trying to save the world, and we follow them through training and all this stuff. And I mean, that's cool. Yeah, different kind of movie, action movie, sure. This had soul. This dealt with generational, God, I hate the word, generational traumas. You know, a reporter and her estranged father come back together. You know, a family whose teenage son or two families, I should say, whose teenage son and teenage daughter are engaged. They want to be together, but one of them discovers the meteor. So he gets special treatment. He gets taken to the military installations where everybody's going to survive at, but his girlfriend doesn't get to come, and her family. He makes the trip back to get her, to save her. There is so much more of the human element, the compassionate human element. I mean, you've got people who are, of course, you have your astronauts. I mean, it's not like they're not trying to prevent it. You've got your astronauts with, like, I'm sorry, I'm just talking, and I'm having a good time talking about it. Let's talk about the cast. We got Elijah Wood, Robert Duvall, Tay Leone, Vanessa Redgrave, Maximilian Schell. I mean, we've got some fantastic A-list talent. Robert Duvall is one of the astronauts. You know, these astronauts, they're sent there to try to divert the course of this asteroid, this meteorite that's coming towards Earth. And, of course, catastrophe ensues, and they have to make that ultimate sacrifice. They have to make the decisions to do things that, you know, take place in real life. You know, I'm sure if I was an Air Force captain or whatever you are to go into outer space, and I knew that if I crashed my ship into it, our nuclear payload would, you know, shatter the asteroid and save Earth, of course you'd do it, you know. But there's also that human element of people who don't want to do it. They're scared. They, you know, of course they want to be noble and save everyone, but they're also like, I don't want to miss my family. I don't want to, you know, I don't want to die. And so again, it deals with that human element in such a better way than Armageddon did. I think that this is a far superior film when it comes to the storytelling. I feel the story is more believable than Armageddon's story. Again, because you have, like, they don't succeed. You know what I mean? Like, the asteroid hits Earth, and we see the catastrophe, the calamity, the disaster that it would be if this asteroid hit Earth. Something just the size of, like, I can't remember what they said, it was like 5 football fields or something. It hits in the ocean, and I mean, it does a good bit of damage, but then they save us from the big asteroid. It was just such you know, and the special effects for back then, it's 1998. The CGI is not great, but it looks better than some of the CGI we get today. Can I get an amen? It looks better. It blends better with its backgrounds. I think it's just a far superior movie when it comes to special effects. Overall, I think that Deep Impact should have had a more, a better presence in pop culture than it does. Now, don't get me wrong. You mentioned Armageddon. Most people mention Deep Impact in the same conversation because, again, they came out fairly close to, it's like a few months apart, maybe a year, something like that, but they came out really close together. And it's hard to talk about one without talking about the other one. And there's going to be that debate, which one's better, Armageddon or Deep Impact. And if you would have asked me when I was 15, I'd have said Armageddon. But now that I'm older, I'm an old man now, and I can, you know, analyze the intricacies of the interpersonal relationships, and I have more of a experience in interpersonal relationships that I can, you know, see the turmoil and the tribulations and the happiness and the joy, and I can see all that in the film. It is just a far better film. It's not just eye candy like Armageddon was. Armageddon was full of eye candy, whether it be from the actors looking good, whether it be from the special effects looking good. Everything was eye candy. It was all sizzle, no steak. Deep Impact was a porterhouse, baby. Deep Impact is that prime rib. You check that out and tell me I'm wrong. That's it for Deep Impact. It's going to get 4 out of 5 stars, guys. I really enjoyed it. You can check it out. I actually bought it on a $5 sale on Prime. I bought a digital copy, but I'm sure you could probably find it somewhere to stream. If not, buy that sucker off Amazon. It's worth owning. But that's it for Deep Impact, guys. If you like my reviews, please, by all means, like and subscribe. Click that bell for notifications. And, guys, I am going to keep making them as long as you guys keep watching them. God bless you. Peace out. See you soon.